Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to the Dugout Football channel. I've not been live for a couple of days, but I thought I would come live with a bit of a transfer update video for you guys today. I hope everyone is doing well. As I do say, please hit that like button, please hit that subscribe button, and also hit that notifications bell so that you don't miss an upload. Yes, yeah, interesting stuff happening recently. We will be talking about potentially Mohamed Salah. Apparently, PSG potentially wanting him for £70 million. We will discuss that. We'll also discuss Mason Mount. Yeah, I've got some things to say about that one. I've got to be honest. And we'll also be talking about Ryan Gravenberch potentially being a loan target this window. We will see as well. And we will also be discussing about Caoimhin Kelleher. Yes, the news is potentially that Liverpool are looking to potentially sell him either in this window or the summer window to raise funds for transfers. Yeah, we'll get into it. And also, we will be discussing potentially about is Virgil van Dijk's knee injury worse than first feared, because Reece Williams has been recalled, and could Nat Phillips be potentially on the move in this window? So lots to discuss. We will be here for at least an hour. We'll be discussing the latest news. So let's say hello to a few people. Let us say hello to a few people. Could be a plot by FSG to get buyers to move quickly before he's sold. Wouldn't surprise me. Hello, Alan. Hope you are well, my friend. Hope you are well. Big your chest, Doug Yo. Hello, Ravi. Hope you are well. Big Douglas, you cheating Scottish bastard. Carlos Gurachas. From what we know, Gravenberch news is fake. Mason Mount stuff is real, though, which makes me sick. Liverpool and Jude Bellingham is very hot right now. Anfield edition. I have seen that. Yes, I have seen that. I'm not getting excited. But what that is very, very interesting news. Let me just say that FSG out now. Absolutely, mate. Absolutely. I'm not one of these people who goes on to social media and says, "Oh, there's going to be a protest outside Anfield. There's going to be a protest." There wasn't a protest. Nothing happened. Nothing happened at Anfield. Nothing. So we'll get into that. Neil and Julian Ward has spoken to Jude Bellingham. That's just come out. Sky Sports just now. Most likely destination for Jude is Liverpool. Just came out right now. Thank you, K&J. K&J, if you are new to the channel, please do consider subscribing. I really do appreciate every new person that comes on and watches these shows. And we shall see as well. Right. So the first bit of news is surrounding Mohamed Salah. Yes, PSG potentially wanting him in the summer. It won't be obviously January, but yeah, it's an interesting one, Jack. It is a very, very interesting one. Now, I will tell you why. Because obviously the rumours sort of started when there was a rumoured meeting between PSG owner Nasser Al Khelaifi and Mohamed Salah. Now, this is the picture that was taken allegedly after the Brentford game. So, as you can see, in that white sort of top is Mohamed Salah, and to the right of him is the PSG owner, Nasser Al Khelaifi. Now, it does feel like that Mohamed Salah is a man potentially on the move. Jurgen Klopp is not at all happy. We are rumored to be believed. It is very, very interesting that we see that Salah is being linked with PSG. Basically, when you have to say that he hasn't had the best of seasons at Liverpool, and obviously that new deal as well is taking its toll. But 70 million, I don't know. The only way I see if Mohamed Salah goes to PSG is if one of Lionel Messi or Kylian Mbappe leaves, because I can't see him being able to get in ahead of those two. Like, Kylian Mbappe is one of the best players in the world currently. Messi's Messi. I mean, what are you guys thinking about this move? I mean, I'm just a little bit. I'm a little bit perplexed about it all, if I'm being honest. I mean, this is obviously from Calcio Mercato. Liverpool would be ready to part with Mohamed Salah in the event of an offer of £70 million. PSG would be one of the clubs interested in the Egyptian striker. So, what do we make of that? What do we make of that? Is it true? Is it rubbish? I just don't know. I really, really don't know. It's one of those things. It is one of those things. But for me, I just look at that news and I'm thinking I would take that with a pinch of salt. Yes, I know Mohamed Salah hasn't had the best of seasons, Luke, but he has still contributed with 19 goals this season. Now, people are saying he has been taking sort of the curse of the big contract. That's not for me. I don't think he has. He has still contributed. His form is a bit of a concern because his form since the World Cup has not been great. Despite his goal against Wolves, he hasn't been great. I mean, he was very isolated against Chelsea on Saturday. So let me know your thoughts. Let me know your thoughts about that. Ravi says we surely have players that are more urgent to move on than Kelleher, like Oxnaby or Milner. Yeah, that would be very interesting as well. We will come on to Kelleher because I do have a lot to say about Kelleher. Because I'm literally not happy with the news I've been reading recently. Ox, I think, is gone. I think that's a simple one. Naby, I think he's gone as well. Milner, I'm not so sure. I would not be too surprised if Milner gets the contract. I would not be surprised in the slightest. Would not be surprised in the slightest. Get FSG the fuck out of our club right now, John. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, mate. I'm just starting to get sick and tired of all this takeover business. I mean, there is talk that a Qatari sort of business is trying to take us over. Whether you believe it or not is another matter. Now, I've got to be honest, I'm not sure. I'm really, really not sure if this is going to happen. I don't think FSG want to sell. Look, FSG came in at Liverpool in 2010, and they have probably 10 times their sort of assets on Liverpool. Liverpool were bought for £300 million. Remember that. We're now probably worth about 3-4 billion. That's a cash cow to FSG. That is definitely a cash cow to FSG. Hi, Luca. Hope you're good, mate. Wait, I'm confused. Ample Edition just tweeted a camera emoji with @transfers. What's cooking? Ooh. Well, we'll wait and see. We shall wait and see, shall we? Add another 70 to that, and you have a deal. Salah's a lot more than just a great player. He's an icon. Exactly. And I think you have to say that Salah, for me, has been one of our greatest signings. You have to say it. I mean, £36 million was just an absolute bargain back then. It really, really was. And I just think the way that Salah has been very, very good. A good signing for a very fantastic signing for Liverpool as well. But would PSG be the right move? For me, I don't think it would be, because I don't think he gets in ahead of Mbappe, and I don't think he gets in ahead of Lionel Messi either. Kenji is just up. Thank you very much, mate. I do appreciate that. Douglas, don't get me started on Mount. We surely ain't that desperate, and it's not because he's English. Yeah, we will be getting to Mason Mount. We will be getting Mason Mount. That's not Sal in the photo. That's Elvis. Yeah, that's true. What's this? We want to sell Carvalho in the summer. That's annoying. Do we? I wouldn't be surprised of that, if I'm being honest. Hi, Douglas. That would be the end of FSG. FSG lets Salah go. I think it could be. Alan says hit that like button. Absolutely, mate. Absolutely, hit that like button. Well, I just got a quote here. Is this confirmed or rumors? It is rumors. It is only rumors. I thought I would just do sort of a transfer sort of update video to just like update people with obviously the latest transfer rumors. And Shio, nice to see you in the chat, mate. I do appreciate it. And as I said, guys, if you are new to the Dogger Football channel, do hit that subscribe button and also hit that notifications bell, because that is when you know when an upload comes on to the channel. So Mohamed Salah to PSG, people, 70 million. I think 70 million is not going to be enough. For me, I think we need to actually ask for more. Absolutely. Absolutely more. Carvalho is the type of players we need. He's young and too good to go. Yep, that's true. And big up Cedric. Hello as well. Also, Salah will be 31 later this year as well. So that's something to think about. That is definitely something to think about. But Mohamed Salah, while we're here, we might as well just enjoy him because he has been a fabulous, fabulous signing for Liverpool. I don't think it's going to be PSG though. Let's just say that. Let's just say that as well. Right. So the next rumor, I can't believe I'm going to be discussing this one. Liverpool are interested in Mason Mount. Yeah. How do I feel about this? I don't want him. I've never rated him. And I don't think he would be good for us. Look, I think he's better than most of our midfield. But the problem is he's not a midfielder. He's there as a winger, and we've got way too much left wingers at the football club. But this one really surprised me. Now, Mason Mount is rumoured to be in a standoff with Chelsea. He is rumoured to be in a standoff with Chelsea. He is in a standoff with Chelsea over the contract talks. This would be just the only way I see this. The only way I see this happening is for the homegrown quota. That is it. That is the only way I see Mason Mount coming to Liverpool. It would be the only homegrown quota. But Mason, it just doesn't make sense. And the fact that he's in a standoff with Chelsea, he's rumored to be wanting 300k a week at Chelsea. Now, 300k a week, okay, that gets you sort of like Salah's on 350k. Let me just say that. But Mason Mount, 300k, that's a risk. That is a very, very big risk. If we're being totally honest with ourselves, because I just don't think it's. I mean, Chelsea fans were up in arms at the weekend with his performance. They were really, really good. They were really, really up in arms with his performance. Now, I don't see why we want to sign Mason Mount. Now, obviously, Klopp seems to take a fancy to him, but I've never rated Mason Mount. I'll be honest. I think Mason Mount is a player that goes through spells. That he has one good season and then he has a very interesting bad season. He has not been the same since Chelsea won the Champions League. He has not been the same player. Now, lots of Chelsea fans are wanting him dropped because obviously Mudryk has come in and Mudryk has obviously shown a lot more than Mason Mount did at Anfield. But Mason Mount, the source is 442 that says Liverpool want to sign Mason Mount from Chelsea. The English midfielder is stalling on a new contract at the club he has been at since he was 6 years old. Yeah. I just don't get it. I just don't get it. But he is a hard worker. That is one thing. He is a hard worker. But for me, the only way we get him is for the homegrown quota. I'm going to say that now. The only way we say is the homegrown quota, because I don't think Mason Mount. I don't think he wouldn't be sort of a spectacular signing. He'd be sort of a signing to sort of be sort of squad depth. I don't see Mason Mount starting in this Liverpool team. I just don't. Now, yes, I know we've got midfield problems. Like, everybody knows we've got midfield problems. But Mason Mount, no, not for me. Not for me. Don't rate him at all. Let's see what some of you are saying about Mason Mount, because I just think this is absolutely ridiculous, in all honesty. Ravi says, Mount is good, but not what we need. Yeah, definitely. You nailed the question spot on. I don't like Mount either. Nope. He didn't really do anything at Anfield at the weekend, did he? I mean, let's have a look. Let's have a look at like Mason Mount's stats, shall we? Um, let's have a look at Mason Mount's basically Chelsea career as a whole, basically. Um, I mean, loads of Reds legends are saying Mason Mount to Chelsea. Mason Mount has made 124 appearances, has scored 27 goals for Chelsea. Now, people will forget he was at Vitesse Arnhem on loan in 2017 to 2018, and then he went Derby County as well. So that was sort of when he was sort of starting out. But yeah, Mason Mount, it just doesn't really get me going in this one. This doesn't really excite me. This deal. I mean, this season he has 19 appearances in the Premier League. He has 3 goals. Yeah, 3 goals. 3 goals. In fact, his entire Chelsea career, in fact, he scored 100. No, he's made 273 appearances, 58 goals. For all his clubs, and for England, 36 caps, 5 goals. It's just not a signing that excites me. It just is not a signing that excites me. Let me know what your guys' thoughts in the chat. Hi, John Hand, hope you're good. 300k, not no, definitely not, definitely not. This is where, like, I know Mason Mount is a very good player for Chelsea, but it's just not a move that really excites me one bit. Not a move that excites me one bit. Not a move. Not an exciting move for me at all. Mount is okay home quota, I guess. Yeah, I think obviously because Ox is going, I think we do need more players in that homegrown quota as well. But it's still up in arms if we make the Champions League or not. That's the thing. Hi, look at AFC mate. Niall Kane. I haven't seen Niall in here. Would I buy any of the Chelsea midfield? Once and upon a time, I'd have probably said Conte. Not now. I think he's too old. He's a wonderful footballer. Let me just say that. N'Golo Conte is a very, very good player. But I look at this way. Kovacic would be another good signing. But again, too old. Too old. I think Chelsea are just going through a period now. Like Conor Gallagher, I would have probably said maybe last season, yes. I think Conor Gallagher would have been a very interesting signing. But for me, not now. Not now. I don't think he's played well at Chelsea, and I think Palace should have been the move he would have gone to. Mason Mount would be a big no from me, says just Hannah. Yep, absolutely, Hannah. I would absolutely agree with you. Glasgow Red TV, John is saying I don't rate him all that much. He's Lampard's teacher's pet. No thanks. Lampard's teacher's pet. I like that Jungles Maths. I like that. On the chats and on the mods, Rich Sports. Maybe you got him somewhat cheap because you all just need something new in the midfield. 300 a week, I would not do it. No, definitely not. Definitely not. If he is in a standoff with Chelsea because of 300k a week, nah, not for me. Definitely not. And he ain't worth 300k a week. Not a chance. Not a chance. John, prayers for your wife. Hope she gets. Yes, absolutely. Prayers out to John's wife, of course. Big up Cedric. She's still pretty not well. We'll probably be in hospital for at least another week, mate. Thanks for asking. No problem, mate. No problem. We need exciting young talents that we can develop, not has-beens that have failed wanting to come to Liverpool. So he's not a lesser club like Forest or a Bournemouth. Yeah, absolutely. I don't see why we need Mason Mount. I just don't see it. I just do not see it. I know people, some rate him. Some people are like, well, a bit divided. But yeah, 300k. You're laughing if you want that. Absolutely laughing at. What is Mount's injury record like? Good question, Hannah. Good question. Let's have a look. Mason Mount injuries. Mason Mount injury history. Let's have a look. Yeah. So Mason Mount's had ankle injury from November the 1st to 20. He has had lots of ankle injuries by the looks of things. 18, 19, 19, 20, 19, 20, and 21, 22. He's had a lot of ankle injuries. His actually serious injury was 21 days. But apart from that, he doesn't really get injured. Doesn't really get injured usually. Does Mason Mount, which is very interesting, I'd have to say. But I still don't want him. I still don't want him. Sorry. Still don't want him. That's why Boley wants them all gone so they can buy a whole new fresh midfield. Yeah, absolutely. Look, Todd Boley, whatever you think about him, the spending that Chelsea are doing. It is one of those things. It is one of those things for sure. Hannah, big up us. No from me on Mount. Yeah, definitely. You're welcome. Yeah. Congratulations, Darvel. Yes, absolutely. It was a magnificent result. Glad to see you now, Kane, on here, mate. I think we need players that are 23, 24 years of age, in my opinion. Yeah. Saicedo. That would be a very good move for me. Hello, John Hand. Big up, John. Hope your wife gets better. Arthur and Mason Mount would be our last two midfield signings if it happens. That's a smack in the face of all fans. Yeah, it would be. The only thing that's good about Mason Mount, he is a hard worker. And Klopp obviously likes hard workers. But for me, no. He is better than Henderson, I'll give you that. He is better than Fabinho at this moment in time. But no, not for me. Not for me at all. So that is the Mason Mount rumours. Let me know your thoughts in the comments section about Mason Mount. Now, an interesting kind of escalated a little bit the last couple of days. Ryan Gravenberch to Liverpool on loan. Yes. Now, obviously, the big sort of Germany sort of sources are saying that there's no chance it's gonna happen. But I mean, Play-Go are actually reporting that Ryan Gravenberch will not leave Bayern Munich this month. But this is the interesting bit. This is the very interesting bit. This person was at Anfield on Saturday. Try and have a guess who that is. That is Ryan Gravenberch's agent. Now, make of that what you will. Maybe they were watching potentially Cody Gakpo, because obviously Dutch of course. I mean, other things are saying Liverpool will attempt to sign Ryan Gravenberch on a loan deal until the end of the season with an option to buy, which is very, very interesting. But yes, this is Ryan Gravenberch's agent, who was actually at the Anfield against Chelsea at the weekend. And also, Ryan Gravenberch is a big Liverpool supporter. That is in the 1920 season, because obviously you can see that is when we won the Club World Cup as well. But Ryan Gravenberch has had a disappointing time of it recently at Bayern Munich, I'd have to say. For me, this would be a very good move because, again, it's a midfield that we have been crying out for as well, and he is still only young as well. In fact, Ryan Gravenberch is 20 years old. Ryan Gravenberch is 20 years old. And when we look at his stats this season, I mean, I've said that he's kind of been frozen out a little bit at Bayern Munich, and I think you'd have to say it probably is true. It probably is true because He's not made many appearances for Bayern Munich, in fact. Um, for me, I think this would be a very good move. I think it would be a very, very good move. But whether or not we go for him is another matter. But a loan deal, that would be very, very good. I mean, his current market value is £30 million, according to Transfermarkt. And he's okay. He's made 10 appearances this season, 5 in the Champions League, 1 in the DFL Super Cup, and 1 in the DFB Pokal as well. So he's not been quite frozen out, but he hasn't had many minutes. Now, whether or not that's injuries, actually, let's have a look at his injuries. That might be a thing. Ryan Gravenberch's injuries history. As well. Yeah, Reds, are you liking the potential rumours about Ryan Gravenberch? Like, I think it's a very, very interesting rumour to Liverpool. Right, here is his injury. Right, okay, so he actually had ankle injury from May the 4th to June the 30th. And he's had COVID. He has had COVID twice. One in 2020 and then one in 2022. And he was in the Holland squad for the World Cup as well. But when you're going up against midfielders like Joshua Kimmich, like a Goretzka, there is competition for places at Bayern Munich. And I think you look at them and it's very, very difficult to get into that Bayern Munich team. And obviously, he's played Champions League. He has played Champions League. He's played 5 games this season. Has Gravenberch. I think it'd be a very good move, especially a loan deal. A loan deal would be very, very good with an option to buy. I would be all over this. I'm a big, big fan of Gravenberch. And the fact that his agent was at Anfield on Saturday makes me think there is more to this. It does make me think there is more to this, but let me see what you guys are saying in the chat. Oh, there has been loads of you. Hello, Amazing. Hello, hope you're good. I hope you are well. I hope you enjoyed Barcelona as well. It looked like good, and also a very, very good vlog as well. Very, very good vlog, I have to say, as well. Oopsie daisy. Oopsie daisy. It was sad to see Jake Kane go out of the club, but what about Ben Doak still soaking up playing with the first team and excelling? Is it too soon to immerse him into the team? Not for me. No. I want to see him at Brighton. I want to see him at Brighton. I think it'd be a very good move to get him to play at Brighton. I think it would be. So yeah, for me, I think he needs to go straight into the team. So, good evening, Dark Knight. Hope you are well. Thank you very much for tuning in. Ravs. Can't see John comments in the chat. Hope your wife gets better as soon as possible then, John. Does she represent anyone else? She could have a player in our ranks. That's a possibility. That is a possibility. Let me just check that, actually. Let me check that. Ryan Gravenberch's agent. Ryan Gravenberch's agent spotted at Anfield as Liverpool. I'm just getting this. So obviously this is from the Echo, so take it with a pinch of salt. Take it with a pinch of salt. The agent of Ryan Gravenberch was spotted at Anfield on Saturday afternoon as Liverpool drew 0-0 with Chelsea in the Premier League. Rafaela Pimenta posted a picture on her Instagram story. Which suggested she may have been visiting the home of Liverpool as speculation regarding a move for the Bayern Munich midfielder increases. After moving to the Bundesliga in the summer, the former Ajax has averaged just 30 minutes per match on the pitch, and the German champions could reportedly be tempted into allowing the 20-year-old to leave on loan. Jurgen Klopp is in dire need of making midfield additions to the Liverpool squad, with number 1 target Jude Bellingham not being available until the summer, as the Reds will face huge competition for the 20-year-old. Right, Rafaela Pimenta. Let's have a look. Let us have a look. Nice name. Nice name, that actually. Um, right, player agents. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at what agents she's got. Let's see if there's any Liverpool players in here, shall we? But before that loads is interesting. Gravenberch would be a fantastic shirt for Liverpool. He needs game time, absolutely. Right, here we go. So, interesting. Right, so Rafaela Pimenta is the agent of Erling Haaland, Matthias de Ligt, Marco Verratti, Gianluigi Donnarumma, Ryan Gravenberch. I'm not seeing any Liverpool players in here. Not seeing any Liverpool players. Crikey, Federico Makeda. That's a blast from the past for anybody. Yeah, there's not really any other players for Liverpool that she's an agent of, which is very, very interesting. One of our clients is Martin Yole, which is interesting. Very, very interesting to say the very, very least. So again, take that with a pinch of salt, but for me, that'd be a good move. That'd be a very, very good move. And yeah, what is she doing at Anfield is another interesting thing. There's another interesting thing. Hi Devils United. Hi John. No point loaning without an option to buy. I don't want to develop a player for Bayern Munich. No, definitely not. But if he is available for a small fee, I would take it. Ryan Gravenberch is a fantastic midfielder. He really is. He was a very, very good player for Ajax. Very, very good player for Ajax. So yeah, for me, he does definitely. Did Gravenberch season used to be Mino Raiola before he passed away? We didn't have a good relationship with him. That's a good point, actually. Yeah, obviously, rest in peace to obviously Mino Raiola. I don't know. Did he have Gravenberch? Yes, apparently so. Apparently so. But I'd imagine Rafaela Pimenta is probably better than Raiola was. So we should obviously wait and see. Sky Germany claim Gravenberch is untouched. Well, they'll say that. They will say that, but remember deadline day is coming up. I still think there's a chance. I still think there is a chance potentially to get him as well. Can we get Verratti too as she's agent too? Verratti. She also represents Holland. Yep. Sadly, Gravenberch will not be leaving in January. Never say never. Never say never. I will never say never. I don't rate Gravenberch. Interesting, Henry. Interesting. He's very lazy off the ball. I don't know how much you've watched him on the ball. He is very, very talented. I've seen him a few times. I've seen him a few times for Bayern Munich. I do obviously watch the Bundesliga whenever it's on. And I have seen a lot of Bayern Munich sort of in the Champions League, and he was actually playing very, very well. I would definitely take him. I would definitely take him. It's another thing as well. The lady also represents Dumfries. Maybe we're getting him at right back and switching Trent to the middle. That's a possibility. That is a very, very possibility. Egyptian King is in. Hello. Hope you're good. Hope you're good. No, you're getting my boy Mason Mount. He's not leaving. I don't want him, Sport Cap. Sorry, I don't want Mason Mount. I've said it time and time again. I do not rate Mason Mount. I do not rate Mason Mount. Not a chance. Not a chance we are getting him. 300k. Yeah. Yeah. Stay at Chelsea. Stay at Chelsea. As long as you don't get Mason Mount, I'll be happy. Thank you. Somebody else that actually agrees with me that we don't need Mason Mount. Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm not surprised back in for Enzo Fernandez with the amount of money that Chelsea's spending right now. Maybe she's just a Liverpool fan. Possibly. You never know. You never know. Not the best game for the lady to come and see. All transfers were probably off after the game. That's a possibility as well, isn't it? That's a very, very possibility. Interesting. She was obviously there on business then. Don't think she would just fly over for just a match. I think there's more to this. I really, really do, but we'll wait and see. We will wait and see. Shane is in. Do you think it sign anyone before the window closes? Very doubtful, to be honest with you. It's looking very, very doubtful. Um, I hope we do. I hope we do. But if we don't, then we know what we're like for the January transfer deadline day. And anyway, just on deadline day, obviously, I will probably mention this. I am planning to do a show, obviously, when I come home from work. I am planning to do sort of maybe the last few hours of deadline day. I do know that Newcastle are playing Southampton. Now, apparently, Newcastle want Anthony Gordon, which I don't get. I do not get that for 1 minute. So I will be doing a deadline day stream. I will be doing a deadline day stream. So yeah, just a wee sort of plug in there. As well. No, Shane, I think Gakpo is the only one. Shane O'Donnell, I wouldn't hold my breath on it. Mason Mount's been crap recently. Yeah, I was just saying that. Chelsea fans are up in arms with his latest performances. I just don't rate him. I just do not rate him. Salah to PSG, potentially. There is a lot of rumours potentially about Salah to PSG, Sebastian. There's a lot of rumours. Ideally, we probably want Bellingham, Rice, and Fernandez, but we have to be realistic, I guess. Mount feels a bit like another Oxlade-Chamberlain. Please steer clear, Liverpool. Yeah, I was thinking that as well. I was thinking so. Indian Scouser, hello, hello, hello. Hope you're good, mate. Hope you're good as well. Right, the next topic we want to talk about is something that I think we have been probably needing to discuss for a while, but I hope it doesn't happen in this window. Reportedly, Caoimhin Kelleher apparently is up for sale. Now, take this with a pinch of salt. There has been a lot of words that have actually been spoken out of turn a little bit, and sort of twisted to say that he wants to leave. But let me just see this article. It is from the Athletic. So if you are subscribed to the Athletic, I would obviously recommend it. There was a thing about Kelleher potentially. Let's have a look. Yeah, here we go. Liverpool have bought well during Klopp's reign, but they have sold even there. But who is next? There are a few obvious contenders. Talented Irish goalkeeper Caoimhin Kelleher is one, given his desire to play more regularly, while centre-back Nat Phillips is another, but their fees combined wouldn't put much of a dent in Borussia Dortmund's asking price for Bellingham. So it's looking like we need to sell to buy again, folks. It looks like we need to sell to buy. But the news on that this was where it really got me really angry. Liverpool could sell goalkeeper Caoimhin Kelleher and defender Nat Phillips to free up funds to use in the transfer market, according to journalist James Pearce. As per his report, the Reds will be looking to continue their streak of selling players for impressive transfer fees in order to make the funds available for top-class arrivals. It means that Kelleher could depart in the summer. Right. So there we go. What the papers are obviously reporting, obviously loads of sources about Kelleher, is that it's not happening in January. So that's something to think about. But Kelleher is too good to be a number two. And I have said this for a number of weeks now. He is too good to be a number two. Allison is a fabulous number one. Let me just say that. Kelleher is a fabulous number two. But I think we have to have a conversation, and I do think that he could move on. Which is a shame, because I think he's been fabulous goalkeeper for us. I think he has been a fabulous goalkeeper for us. And the amount of penalties he saved as well in his Liverpool career is something else. And he's so calm. He's so calm on the ball. He commands his box very, very well. And that's made sort of a number of teams, West Ham, Leicester City, be sort of rumoured to be linked with him. But Kelleher, for me, at least we're not selling him potentially in January, which I'm very, very happy about. But the summer it looks like he could be. So that would mean obviously we would need another goalkeeper. Now that would be another interesting thing. We will discuss about Liverpool goalkeepers. I'm planning to do a show on sort of goalkeepers that could probably come in and replace Kelleher. But I would be sad to see Kelleher go. But as I said, he is too good to be a number two, and especially if he wants to be Ireland number one for the upcoming sort of Euros qualifiers, he needs to be playing constantly. Now, look at Gavin Bizanu at Southampton. He's playing loads of games for Ireland as well. But it just feels that it could be someone that we could struggle to keep beyond the summer. But guys, let me know your thoughts. I mean, when I saw Kelleher up for sale, I was like, well, if it's for the summer, I can understand. But if it was for January to sell funds to get sort of raise funds for other transfer targets, I would be very, very annoyed, considering that we are apparently worth £700 million, or have made £700 million. So where's all that money going? Where's all that money going? Kelleher is a fantastic goalkeeper. Let me just say that. He is a fantastic goalkeeper. But there will be a time that we do have to think about planning for the future without him, if I'm being honest. But let me know your thoughts about Kelleher. Let me know your thoughts about Kelleher as well. Well, Salah to PSG, add a swap deal for Mbappe. Yeah. How likely is that? How likely is that? Let me just say that. If Liverpool sell Kelleher, I'm rioting. I think it's just a conversation we could potentially need to have, Egyptian King. I've got to be honest. I look at Kelleher and I look at his sort of progress as a Liverpool goalkeeper, and I just think he's fabulous. A fabulous goalkeeper. But as I said, he's too good to be a number two. He's too good to be a number two. Could he be a number one elsewhere? Yes, absolutely. I think he could. I think he could. If we sell Kelleher, who should come in? Look for an unknown goalkeeper. Well, I heard Robert Zieler. Is he Hanover 96? I have heard he's been potentially rumoured to be wanted as well. But it's very interesting. It's very interesting. Where are you reading that from? It is The Athletic. It is The Athletic. Apparently, Kelleher is being one of those ones to be sold in the summer to raise funds for transfer targets, which I kind of get, because Kelleher, for me, is a very, very good goalkeeper. Unfortunately, as I keep saying, he's too good to be a number two. He is too good to be a number two as well. I want Kelleher to leave. He's proved himself. 25 million and let him write his own story. Well, apparently Liverpool want 30 million. 30 million for him. I mean, I mean, the places where I could see him start, Leicester. Leicester have been big admirers of him, apparently. They have been. West Ham. I mean, are you gonna go over sort of Fabianski and Areola to get there? That might be something to look at. I don't know. Bournemouth. I think he's too good for it. I don't want him to go to a club that fights relegation. Because I think he's a fabulous goalkeeper. I think he deserves a good chance at a big club. I mean, look at Spurs. I mean, they've obviously got Fraser Forster. They've got Hugo Lloris now. Hugo Lloris, we won't say anything about that, because he is not a very good keeper, but he does deserve to be a bigger, well, not a bigger club, but he deserves a chance to be a number one. He deserves a chance to be a number one. I would be gutted if he left. I would be very, very gutted if he left. But we do have to, plan for the future without him. But this is the thing. I hope he plays against Brighton on Sunday. I hope he plays against Brighton because for me, he's a cup keeper. And that's the thing. He is the cup keeper. And he's the last, obviously before the Chelsea game, but he was the last Liverpool keeper to keep a clean sheet, and that was against Wolves. So Kelleher, whenever he has played for Liverpool, he has stepped up to the plate. He is a fantastic goalkeeper, and I just think that you look at Kelleher, and I think as I keep saying, he's too good to be a number two. He's too good to be a number two. Glad you mentioned the source with James Pearce. Means he's staying then. Evening, Stephen. Hope you're good. Hope you're good. Yes, apparently James Pearce doesn't get many things right. Maybe this might be another thing. Maybe this might be another thing as well. I love Kelleher. Would he do well at Tottenham? Has to be better than Lloris. He is better than Lloris. I think he is. I think he's better than Lloris. He's definitely better than Forster as well. But this is the thing. I don't want Kelleher to go to a club that's fighting relegation. So I don't want him to go to the Ev, for example. Well, he's not going to go to the Ev. Let's just say that for now, at least. Bournemouth, I don't see it. Leeds, possibly, if Meslier goes in the summer. There's been a lot of rumours potentially about Meslier potentially leaving Leeds, which wouldn't surprise me. He wouldn't get in at City. He's not going to go to City. Wouldn't get in Man United. He wouldn't get in at Arsenal. Just a Premier League club that sort of that is very, very sort of situated in the Premier League, like Fulham, for example, Brighton. Well, it depends if Robert Sanchez obviously leaves Brighton, but for me, I don't want Kelleher to go to a club that is in the relegation zone because I just don't see it. I don't see that. I don't see many mods in the chat. If you ever want me as a mod day off, yep, no problems, no problem at all. But if Liverpool sell Kelleher, they'll just promote Harvey Davis to save dough. That's a good point, actually. Harvey Davis. There is talk as well that Pitiluga might be number two. I mean, he's at Macclesfield. Like, who in their right mind decided to who in their right mind decided to send him out to Macclesfield? Very, very strange. Very, very strange. That's it. Looking at the Premiership table, not many teams jump out. I can only see Tottenham, maybe Leicester, but Danny Ward has been good this year. Teams abroad won't pay the English tax. That is very true. That is very, very true as well. That is very, very true. If we let Kelleher go, must be a buyback in the deal. That's what I'm thinking. That is what I'm thinking, Alan. I do think we will ask for a buyback. Because he is too good. That he is too good a goalkeeper to go away without a buyback. Yeah, for me, he's a fabulous keeper. He is a fabulous keeper. Yeah, Harvey Davis would be the backup. I don't rate him. Good job for Liverpool and Muller. Yep, did see that. Yeah. If Liverpool move for Bellingham hinges on the sale of our second goalkeeper, then I'm not sure we're even in the Bellingham hunt. Yeah, I know. It's very, very sad. It's very, very sad. Do we have any birthdays? I don't think we do have any birthdays. Wouldn't sell him for less than 40. See him being and should be a number one goalie. Yeah, 100%. 100%. Everyone will say that he deserves to be a number one. Me included. He's a fabulous, fabulous goalkeeper. For me, definitely. Let him go. Germany, less pressure from the media. That's a good. Ooh, interesting. Where about in Germany? Jungle's massive. Where would you see him going to in Germany? That could be an interesting one. That could be a very interesting one. I know, John, my birthday is next month in February. Scottish Cup time, my team Muller was on the 11th, which is the day after. Interesting. How much do you rate the Athletic? Do you know what? The Athletic have got some very, very good articles. Yes, I know they can sort of say a lot of things that are not true, but I do like it. I do like it, Henry. I do like it, Henry. Hi, John. Hope you're good. is it true Spurs are hijacking the Danjuma deal, who everyone thought is Everton bound? I think they pulled the plug as a lamp. Yes, I did see that. It just goes to show Everton don't have the pulling power that they once had. Athletic is the best source for all football, Henry. Absolutely unrivaled. Yeah, absolutely. One football as well. That's another one there. As well. Yo, Henry, hello there. My birthday's the 14th of March when I turn 39 days. Hi, Niall. All right, pan off. Sell Kelleher on the deal with the buyback clause. That's what I would do. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Would absolutely agree with that. Absolutely agree with that. Great channel. Watch the Henry. Thank you. Lost the sub today, so sad. Villa Wolves leads for Kelleher. Wolves is an interesting one. The only thing is, Wolves are sort of fighting relegation, and I don't really want them to go to a relegation side. Leeds, again, they are sort of fighting off relegation. Villa, for me, they look the more sort of situated teams at the moment. Actually, Kelleher to Villa would actually be a good idea. Actually, if Martinez goes, which I think is very likely, very likely. Brian is looking to sign Yassin Arari from AIK Seidel replacement. Interesting. Although saying that I wouldn't sell him if we could, I think we will be great to take over from Ali at some point. I agree. Kelleher not even number one for Ireland. I know it's Gavin Bizanu, John. It's Gavin Bizanu, and I was just saying this. I think he'd probably be good to go away for his good if he wants to be number one for Ireland, because I think he's that good. I think Ireland have got two good fabulous goalkeepers now in Gavin Bizanu and Kelleher. Definitely. Union Berlin or Hoffenheim would suit Kelleher. Yes, absolutely. Maybe Bayer Leverkusen is another option for Kelleher. Xabi Alonso, of course. That is a very good thing, Egyptian King. In fact, better. Still loan him out for 2 years, and then if we have to sell, put a buyback clause in then it could be 4 or 5 years and we get him back. How old would Ali be then? Ali would be about 35 then, I think. I think he'd be about 35. I'm starting to think Kelleher would stay until the end of the season. Then he could move to a club who comes up from the Championship looking to strengthen and do well like Brentford. Yeah, absolutely. Brentford would be a good one as well, because David Raya is potentially be on the move as well. So it definitely is. Stephen Owens saying hello to Panoff. George Kell is busy. He is a very busy man. He is a very busy man. Right, the final thing that we will discuss before going. Now, I don't know if anyone's seen this, but I do ask the question, do we think Van Dijk's injury is worse than first feared? The reason I say that is Rhys Williams has actually returned on loan from Blackpool. Now, I don't see why Rhys Williams would be returning unless he is going back on another loan deal. But I just don't see it. I don't see where Rhys Williams would fit into Liverpool right now. So it begs the question, do we think Nat Phillips leaves in January? No. Nat Phillips deserves to be playing week in, week out. I've said this for a number of weeks, a number of sort of years. He needs to be playing more consistently. I would be sad to see Nat Phillips go. He is a very good defender. He is a very good defender when he plays. But because Rhys Williams has come back, it is making the question as a sort of will Rhys Williams be that player to sort of step up? Because he has been recalled from his loan spell at Blackpool. So it says Liverpool have recalled Rhys Williams from his loan spell at Blackpool. As they looked at defensive cover after Virgil van Dijk's recent hamstring injury. Dortmund expect to be out for at least a month with a knock, adding to the list of unavailable stars, and already include the likes of Luis Diaz, Roberto Firmino, and Diogo Jota. Williams will return to cover for Van Dijk after playing 17 games in his time at Blackpool this season. Blackpool haven't had a good season. Let's just say that. They haven't had a good season. Falling out of favour with the side in recent weeks, appearing just once in their past 5 games. Whatever role Williams plays on his return to Anfield, well, fans will be hoping he can help turn around what has been a dire season so far. Yeah, So Williams is coming back. Cumetio is coming back as well, potentially as well. He's been called back from Austria Vienna as well. So Nat Phillips, how much would you sell Nat Phillips for if reportedly he is up for sale in this window? For me, I think he is worth about 10, 15 million. I think we made the mistake of not really cashing in on him when his stock was high. And I think he should have been sold the season when we had all those defensive injuries, if I'm being honest. So Reece Williams coming back makes me think that he is definitely going to be covering for Van Dijk, because I have a feeling that Joe Gomez is going to move to right back. That's my feeling anyway. But yeah, it's an interesting one with Nat Phillips. It's a very, very interesting one with Nat Phillips. Let me know your thoughts about this as well. Panel saying, all right, Stephen, how are you, mate? I would keep Phillips, Reece go. Yeah, I'm in the same sort of wavelength, Henry, if I'm being honest. Anyone seen Mark Forrest today? I haven't seen Mark Forrest actually. Hi Henry, says Panoff. I'd keep Nat and let Gomez go. Sorry, but it's how I really feel. I think Gomez will be the right back cover for Trent. I don't think he's a centre back anymore. He's certainly not a left back. Certainly not a left back. But it's a very, very interesting. Very, very interesting. Nat Phillips is miles better than Reece Williams. I would definitely keep Nat. Yeah, Nat Phillips is much, much better. He is. Nat Phillips is much better than Reece Williams. It has to be said. Reece Williams, for as much as Nat Phillips is sort of criticised for his pace, Williams isn't great. He had a bit of a disastrous loan spell at Swansea and Blackpool. He hasn't had a good season. He hasn't had a good season as well. Big Naldini fan here, better than Reece, absolutely. I have never seen so many stories about players being brought back on loan. It started the cogs turning in my head about takeover talks, like getting all the club's players and assets back. Yeah, it feels that way. It feels that way. Yeah, back. Definitely. Let me just double check about. Let me just check if there's been anything else on sort of Nat Phillips. So this is Anfield. They are reporting that Liverpool are expecting concrete interest for Nat Phillips before the transfer deadline. Nat Phillips once again found himself as a steady fifth choice centre back for Jurgen Klopp in January, because it could be on the cards with Liverpool expecting offers. The 25-year-old has consistently been linked with a move every 6 months, but for one reason or another, an obstacle emerges to keep him at Anfield. He sits behind Virgil van Dijk, Ibrahim Konate, Joel Matip, and Joe Gomez in the pecking order, but acts as a dependable option should need arise. Yeah, absolutely. Phillips was immediately ever professional across his own minutes on the pitch, featuring for 229 minutes this season, in addition to 20 games as an unused substitute. But according to the Echo's Ian Doyle, Phillips could find a route to regular first-team action with the return of Reece Williams with his loan spell at Blackpool. The Reds of the Call recall Williams early after playing just 15 minutes since Christmas, but Doyle states that the club have been happy with the first-team experience gained. But how does this help Phillips? We'll see Williams take over as fifth choice centre back and allow Phillips to make a January switch, a scenario that is precedent with the same set of circumstances unfolding last season. Williams was recalled from Swansea last January. Phillips was then allowed to join Bournemouth on loan to assist in a promotion to the Premier League. Despite limited opportunities to put himself in the shop window, Phillips is said to be of interest to a number of clubs, with Liverpool expecting offers before the January transfer deadline. The window shuts on January the 31st at 11 p.m. So, yeah, Nat Phillips. And it goes on to say he attracted the likes of Bournemouth, Burnley, Southampton, and Benfica last summer. So, it could be very interesting. And then it goes on to say Williams is to be the latest young red recalled from this loan this month, following Fidel O'Rourke, James Balagizi, Jakub Erzinski, Max Voltman, and Billy Cumetio's return to Kirkby. So yeah, I can see where people are sort of saying, yeah, look, it's Nat Phillips or Reece Williams. Let me just say that. I don't want Nat Phillips to go, but if the right move comes, it'd be good. It'd be good for him to move on, but we'll see. We'll see. Well, it's a bit of a light. We'll keep Nat. Yeah, absolutely. Nat needs more football. He does. I would agree with that. Why are we calling all these guys back? Next to be returning will be Leighton from Aberdeen and Tyler Morton from Blackburn. Tyler Morton and Leighton Clarkson are actually staying for the rest of the season at Blackburn and Aberdeen, respectively. Leighton Clarkson's having a good time at Aberdeen. Actually, he's a pivotal player for them. He is a pivotal player. So I can't see him wanting to leave to come back straight away, because he'll just go back on loan. Or are my thoughts on Billy Koumetio? Do you think he has what it takes? I can't remember what game it was, but there was one game that he was turned inside out by somebody, and I'm not a big Koumetio. I don't think he can. Dirt Night. I really don't. I don't think he can either. For me, I just don't see it. I just do not see it at all. Williams will always have this season, but he's conference standard. Yeah, he is. Let's be honest. He is. He is definitely that. Verge is 31. Yes, he is 31. He is 31. He is 31. Have to go, Douglas. Good, thanks. Good stuff. You are very welcome, Alan. You are very, very welcome. Good stuff. FSG out now. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely indeed. But it does show how bad FSG are in the transfer market. Yes, absolutely. So, guys, that kind of wraps things up for the transfer show. So we have discussed Mohamed Salah to PSG, potential £70 million. We've also spoke about Liverpool being interested in Mason Mount. Yeah, see how my mood goes when I talk about Mason Mount. Ryan Gravenberch to Liverpool on loan, potential. Kelleher up for sale in the summer. And we've also spoke about, is Virgil van Dijk's injury worse than the first feared? Reece Williams has been recalled from his time at Blackpool, and could Nat Phillips leave in January? So that has been that. That has definitely been that. And Egyptian King says, great show. Right. So just to let people know what is coming up on the channel. Tomorrow evening, 8 o'clock, it will be the FA Cup prediction show. I will be joined by Dan from Turfmoor House TV. Unfortunately, because Manchester United play Nottingham Forest, Rich Sports will not be joining. So that's just something to look forward to. Friday evening, I'm doing a live watch along with Manchester City against Arsenal in the FA Cup. So please do join me for that. And then on Sunday, I'm actually going to be over on Turfmoor House TV watching Brighton against Liverpool. I was asked very, very kindly by Dan to have me over on his channel. So, and then of course, you know what to do. Hit that like button. Hit that like button when you before you leave the video. Hit that subscribe button as well, and also hit that notifications bell so you know every upload that comes on to this channel. And Panoff says, thanks, La. No problem. And Stephen Owens says, thank you very much. So thank you very much for watching. As I said, I will leave chapters in this video. I will leave chapters and see if you guys have obviously missed it, then obviously watch the parts you want to watch. Salah to PSG, Gravenberch to Liverpool, Mount to Liverpool, Kelleher up for sale, and Nat to go, Reece Williams back, and his Van Dijk's injury worse than first feared. We will see that. Oh God, I had a shiver on my spine when you said Liverpool Brighton. Yeah, I have as well. Take care, Douglas, and all. Thank you very, very much. So, guys, I will see you tomorrow evening for the FA Cup predictions show. And yeah, we'll see what happens over this next week or so. And as I do say, I will be doing a very special show on the Tuesday because it's transfer deadline day. But thank you very much for watching, Reds, and I will see you very, very soon. Take care. Bye-bye for now. You'll never walk alone. Cheers, Reds.